Hello everybody and welcome to Board of the Studio, and a happy new year to everyone who managed to survive it. That sounded inappropriate. Anyway, I will start off today with a little bit more serious note. We all should know by now about the events in Paris, and especially about the events on a satirical newspaper called Charlie Hebdo, and the fact that they were attacked and killed some of the co-workers because of some drawings that the murderers themselves had some mixed feelings about. To put it mildly. Now, for someone who runs his own drawing channel on YouTube, it would be rather weird for me to think that it's okay for me to kill someone just because of a drawing that I didn't like. So, for future reference, if anyone asks, je suis Charlie. Anyway, let's get started. Today we won't be doing any drawing or sketching or whatever. Today we'll be doing some photo editing instead, and the image we will be editing is this. Now, this may look simple enough, but this is actually 6 images that I have composite into one. And all the images I've taken here is from New Year's Eve 2013 and 14, and I took them on a hill outside of Jönköping. And if you like to capture these images or some images, you'll need a few things. For one, you'll need a camera, such as this one. It doesn't need to be the most fancy or most complicated camera on the planet. It just needs to be complicated and fancy enough to have a full-on manual mode and also a good-on bulb mode. Now, what is bulb mode? Bulb mode is a mode that allows the shutter to be open for as long as you have the shutter button released. Or pressed, I should say, not released. When you release the shutter button, the shutter goes down again. And also, to be able to take these images, you also need a good on sturdy tripod. Sorry. And you'll also need a good remote shutter release. This is a good one. This is a Yangno timer remote control shutter release. And this is good because as long as you press this button here and keep it in like that, it will keep the shutter open. And also, the settings on your camera will be quite important. An ISO 100 is rather obvious because it will give us as noise-free images as possible. And also, an f-stop at around 8 to 16 is moderately good for this. And also, if you can, try to shoot the images in RAW format if your camera supports it. Why? Well, it will be a lot easier to edit it later on. And also, if your camera has a vibration reduction system, such as my camera here does, which is a Sony Alpha 55, turn it off. Otherwise, it will give blurry images for some weird reason. Anyway, when you have taken your images, you will now be able to jump into Lightroom, Photoshop, or whatever editing software you like, and we can get started. Now, the software we're going to start off in is Lightroom. Today we're going to be using both Lightroom and Photoshop. If you can't afford them, then Picasa is a good program for Windows, and also GIMP is a good editor for later on. But for any one of you that can only afford one of these softwares, I recommend you to get Lightroom, because it will really be good for just about any kind of editing. I rarely use Photoshop, to be honest, when I edit photos, and this is one rare occasion when I actually do it. Well, anyway, here in Lightroom we are going to start off by importing and selecting the images we are going to use. Here I already have imported a lot of images that I will be using. And the images that I will be using today is this one here, that one, that one, and this one here. Now, when we have marked them all like this, we can press this little button down here, and it will just show us all the images that we have selected. At this point, you may see that there are some differences between the images here, and that's because when you're doing this the way I suggested you do it with camera on bulb mode, you are going to get some varying exposures, and fireworks and lights will be showing up a little bit everywhere on places you have no control over, such as this one here. This is actually what's it called? The kind of emergency light you send up if you're out at sea and you need to signal to the ship that you are there. I don't know what it's called. Leave a comment in the description if you know what it's called. Anyway, the first thing we're going to do here is just do this. Press the first image and press automatic toning, like that. And already you can see that the image started to get a little bit better. And we will do this for all the images that we have here. Why I press the automatic toning here? Well, Lightroom will then take the image, take a look at how the histogram here looks like, and try to make it a little bit more pleasing. An effect of that I noticed is that it will almost automatically match up the images. But now let's see. I'm going to try and match up all the images to, I don't know, this image down here, that one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click that one. I'm going to take up the exposure a little bit, I think. And now it's matching up a little bit better. That one, and exposure up a little bit. No, actually that's actually rather okay already. That one, however, up a little bit. So that one, let's leave it. And that one up a couple of stops. Yeah, that's good. And now we can take them into our develop module, or from color, as it's called here in Swedish, and start comparing them a little bit more. Let's see. Let's take a look at our settings here. Here Lightroom has reduced the contrast and reduced the blacks and whatnot. On our next image, the contrast has been taken up a bit, and blacks reduced even more. Next one, contrast reduced, blacks down, leaving the whites and the highlights really high and unpleasant, as you can see here. Next one, highlights really unpleasant, blacks down, blacks not down, which is weird. Contrast way down, and whatnot. So, what we're going to do, we're going to try to match them up even more. Now when we are here in Lightroom, in our develop module. So the first thing I'd like to do with this one, I'd like to reduce the blacks a little bit more to make them just a little bit darker. And also the highlights here, let's reduce them just a tad, a little bit there. Our whites, take them back, knock them. No, that's actually better if you knock them up a little bit. And our shadows, it can be a little bit higher. Okay, like that. What I'm trying to match here most of all is the town city area here. The sky area, we can match that up a little bit better in Lightroom, in Photoshop. Sorry, later on. Let's see, and here, let's take down the exposure just a tad. The blacks, they are good as they are. The highlights, knock them back, and the whites, that's a little bit better. This one, good. Highlights down, down, whites down a little bit more, and then yeah, that's rather good actually. Increased contrast a little bit. And this one, let's take down our highlights and our whites, our blacks. Reduced just a tad, our shadows, like that, and you just continue doing this until you are happy with your images. Now they are moderately matched up. Now I will do a little bit more editing. I will take up our clarity here, and also our luminescence of our colors. I like to have a lot of luminescence on the colors when I'm doing fireworks like this, because it will just make them pop out a little bit more. And also I'd like to use some lens distortion, or lens correction, I should say, and also remove chromatic aberration, because I know this lens is quite bad at that, and just has a lot of chromatic aberration. And let's see, let's do this for all our images. Like so. Now it's been edited and fixed almost. I'm going to take that color there and just reduce it just a little bit. No, I will not. It's actually better like that. Anyway, now let's see. What more can we do? to match up. Okay, these that one needs to have its blacks moved up a little bit. Once again, like that, shadows as well. This one the same, and this one as well, like so. And also on some of these, I actually like to use a graded filter, such as this one, and I'm going to reset this filter. And you do that by clicking the name of it and double click it. And we're going to take the filter, drag it down like this, and we are going to increase the exposure just a little bit, increase our shadows, and we're going to match it up like that. And we're going to do the same thing for this image here. Make sure it matches up a little bit better with the rest of the images. And yes, exposure up just a tad, and also the shadows up a little bit, like so. No, why not? I won't be doing that. Instead, I just remembered this will actually be quite bad in the editing later on, because we actually like to have our sky quite dark. Because what we are going to do in Photoshop, we are going to remove the dark sky. So if the sky is a bit darker instead of being lighter, then it will be a lot easier to remove it. Like so, that will be a lot better. I know I have trained this tutorial before I started here, but yet I just find new ways to do things a little bit annoying. Yes, and now the images are moderately well adjusted. Now we are going to go back to our library, and we are going to select all of these images. Go up to edit. No, we're not. We're going to go to photo, and then edit in, and then edit as smart objects in Photoshop, like so. And we just have to wait for a little moment until Photoshop starts. Right, and we are in Photoshop. Now we have all the images open here, and they have been opened one with here in Photoshop. And what I'd like to do now, to be honest, I would like to lighten some of these images up. But before I do that, we will take these images, take our move tool that you find up there in the corner, and then drag it over to one file. And this will be a lot easier when it comes to editing later. Now, why should you be opening these images as smart objects in Photoshop? Well, when you open them up as smart images, they keep all the qualities of a raw image. And why you should start off by shooting it raw with these kinds of images? Well, that's because what we saw here in Lightroom is because we could take all the colors and whatnot and just take it down or up very well and not lose any information or introduce more artifacts. If this was a JPEG image, if we would, for instance, try to reduce the exposure like this, it wouldn't look as good as this. It would just be a nasty black gray thing. It just wouldn't look good. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's jump back to Photoshop, and we can start off here by doing a little bit of a filter adjustment. And what we are going to do, go up here to filters, go over to camera raw filter, I should say, and then we are going to take a brush node here, and it already has some shadows and some clarity brought up, and we are going to take our brush and just brush it down here just a little bit, down here, and then possible and other possible areas than where we like to have it, and that's fine enough. Although I'd like to go back and let's introduce a little bit more sharpness to the image. Let's see, let's sharpen this up a little bit, like so. Masking like that. No noise reduction. By the way, if you don't know how to make the image go like this when you are masking something like this, for instance, is what you need to do is press the Alt key, then press the masking or the sharpen or whatever, and it will give you a preview of what the program is actually doing. And this masking here just sharpens up the outer edges of the image, and it will keep these areas here rather smooth. Now we can take that down, and look at here, it has been corrected. And now let's do this with all the other images that we have. Let's see, let's take this one. Let's take the brush tool again. Let's lighten these parts up here a little bit. Why didn't I do this in Lightroom? Well, I did it mostly because I wanted to show you here that you can do exactly the same thing here as you do in Lightroom. It will just take a little bit longer doing it here in Photoshop, because it doesn't have the same batch editing that Lightroom has. You literally need to do what I do right now and edit every image one and one, and it will just take a little bit longer doing it all in Photoshop than by just going Lightroom, then Photoshop for some selected images. Alright, now all the images have been edited properly. Now what we are going to do next is we are going to take all of these images here, then right click, and then press group layers, and let's call it our main group, like so. And now we have the originals here. And we're going to keep them here as smart objects, because if we like, we can then go back and re-edit them if we like. But so let's lock this layer. No, we're not. First of all, we are going to duplicate it, and you do that by right-clicking again and press duplicate layer. Or hold on, what happened? No. Let's go back. And duplicate group. We should take main group, like so. Now we have our main group here, and then we have our other group here. And let's take this one and then extract resources, like so. And no, that's not what you do. So now my computer started working again. And now, as you can see, I have locked this layer here, so we can't select it again. And now we're going to take all these, and we are going to extract them and take them out of our group here. And then we're going to delete this group by pressing it, and then pressing the little garbage can over there. And then we're going to take all these and then rasterize the layers. And I don't know, let's see if you can do this. Shift select all of them, then rasterize layer, and yeah, you can do that. That's nice. And now we're going to do something that is a little bit taxing on your computer, because as we can see here, not all of these images are really matching up with houses and whatnot. We want all of these trees here, these houses here, and all that. We want that to be on exactly the same position in every single layer here. So this is kind of good when you're using Photoshop, because here in Photoshop you can jump up to, let's see, no, not that one. Yes, edit, jump up to edit, and then press the adjust the layers automatically, and then press the automatic adjustment. However, I am gonna have to turn off the recording here because I know for a fact that my computer will crash if I do this. So I'll see you in 2 seconds. All right, now my computer crashed a couple of times because quite frankly these are quite large images, and there's six of them. I think this document now is what is it? The document size? Oh shit, 6,100 by almost 4,500. That's a lot. That's a real lot. So if you have a slow computer, don't try to do this too much because, quite frankly, it will slow down rather quickly. Anyway, let's see. Let's zoom out of it a little bit, and here we have our whole document. And as you can see now, all our images have been matched up properly. So for instance, this house here, it's on the exact same position on every single image. Ta-da, like so. And now we are going to pick out the fireworks we would like to use, and then make sure they become clear and move forward in the image. Now let's see. No, first of all, let's take the image here and let's crop it just a little bit. Let's crop it in and remove some of the areas that we honestly can't use. Let's take that one and that one in like so, and this area, these areas are out here. We can refill them later on if we like. Or would you like to refill, because this looks ridiculous. Anyway, let's see. And also, when cropping now, make sure that this remove cut off pixels isn't checked. Do not make sure that this one isn't checked. This box here should be empty. Then we press the enter button, and then we can go ahead and just hope my computer doesn't crash on me. And yay! Now we can go on editing. Anyway, let's see. Let's pick out our first layer. This layer here. So this layer I think I will use as base layer. No, this layer here might just be a little bit better. I don't know. No, this no. But we will take this layer here, drag it down, and that will now be our base layer. So everything should be matching up to this layer right here. And so on this layer here, we're going to create a layer mask. We're going to invert the layer mask here by pressing Control I, I should say. And then we're going to, oh no, not, I'm taking all the events beforehand here. We're going to select the fireworks that we like to have from this image, so these ones here, and to do multiple selections like this, you need to press the Shift key, or no, there's also Shift key on the Mac computer, and continue selecting, or else it will be deselected, or everything else will be deselected as soon as you select something else. Anyway, and now we can take our layer mask here and then press Control I, like so, and then deselect by pressing Control D, and then invert the mask again, like so. And now we have the fireworks we would like them to be. Let's take those and this one. I don't think I like too much of the fireworks. I most certainly don't like the area up here, but I do like what this slide here is doing to the rest of the city. So I will actually take this image here and just take the city area and use that as a mask right there, and yeah, just like so. Just have those as our mask. And now let's do the same thing for these images. Right, I went ahead a little bit and did some more editing. I just realized I needed some extra information down here and also at the side here in order to make the image a little bit more pleasing. And I found that on these two layers here, so I duplicated them, removed the mask for the fireworks, and just did this instead to them. But now we have ourselves a weird looking composite of images here, with a lot of fireworks. Yay! So now, what we're going to do, we're going to try and match these images up even more. So what we're going to do first, we're going to take these images here, this layer here, start off. We are starting over. What we're going to do, we're going to take the most bottom layer here, then put a curves adjustment layer on it, and then try and match it up to whatever is underneath it. I think I need to lighten it up a little bit, and also I need to make sure that this curves adjustment layer only affects the layer underneath here. So to do that, you can either press this little button here. Either you can right click on the layer, and it should come up. It doesn't for some reason right now, but or you can press the Alt key and press in between these two layers, and this little symbol will come up. And now what it does, it will create a clipping mask, so it will only affect whatever is on that layer. So as you can see here, if we zoom in a little bit, here it starts to match up with the layer underneath a little bit more. And what I will also do, I will take color balance adjustment, and also I will introduce a little bit more yellow into the image. Clipping mask, a little bit more yellow, like so. Introduce a little bit more red, and just a little tad like so. And also, let's see, let's allow a little bit more magenta into it. A little bit more magenta, like so. Yeah, now it's matching up rather well with the city. And well, why it should be matching up with this city in this case? Well, that has to do with the image that we are dealing with here. Because this area here, the sky, we will cut that off right now, but most of the city will actually still be there. And how it will be cut off? Well, I will show you how to do. What we'll do is we will. Sorry, I need a little water. Hold on. Weird. I went down for a glass of water and I came back with a cup of tea. Huh. Anyway. Let's continue. Yes, what we were doing, yes, we were matching up colors. However, when I was downstairs for the glass of water to turn it into a cup of tea, I just realized this may just be completely unnecessary. However, let's see what the future brings and see how we can continue doing this. Now let's see. I'm going to take our shadows here and do some more adjustment to them. I will increase the green just a little bit and make more yellow. It's just really small increments, and that you need to be that you want to be adjusting this. And the big increments like just this one, that's just completely unnecessary and stupid, to be honest. And let's adjust this a little bit more there. And yeah, that's good. That's good enough. If I'm going to be adjusting this, I will have to work all day. Anyway, and you are not going to want to watch that. Anywho, now let's see. Let's double click the layer, and this will come up. Or you can press the FX button down here, and the mixing alternatives up here, and the same thing will come up. Now what we will do, we will go down to our sliders down here. Now this is something really smart here in Photoshop, because what these sliders will do, it will tell Photoshop that this layer, it will only show certain things. So for instance, it will only show, if we take the this layer slider here and take in the blacks here, it will only show the highlights, like so. Yay! Haha, and it removed all of the stuff around this thing here. Take it down too far, and it will start removing other stuff that we don't want to remove. And also we can try with the other sliders here and try to remove other stuff, and it will remove even more that we don't want removed. Let's try the blue and green. Let's take green. Like so. That's fine. That'll be good. And now, as we can see, now we only have almost only have the highlights left. And well, I will do another thing here. I will just try and see if this works. I seriously don't know if it will work. Make it a clipping mask, and then I will increase the contrast. And look at that! The all the gunk that we don't want disappears. Yay! Well, that's nifty. I'll see. No, we don't want to increase the highlights. Do we want to reduce them? Possibly. No, we do not. Let's see. Let's go back to our layer down here. Let's take these back to its original setting and go back to the grays and see what we can do. Okay. You know what? I will do some other things here instead. I will take this one. I will make a group out of this layer, which is by pressing Control J or Control G. Is the correct letter here? J, no. Weird. Anyway, that's like a Swedish person trying to make a tutorial in English. Doesn't work that well apparently. And now we're going to duplicate this layer here, like so, and we're going to move it up on all the others, above all the others, like so. No, we're not. We're going to do this instead. We're going to take these adjustments layers here and then make a clipping mask, so it will only clip to whatever is inside of this group here. And now, so we can take this layer here and we can go back to the layer mask and take a black color on our brush, and then remove all these fireworks over here that we don't want. And then we can take it back here and then remove all these fireworks here that we don't want on this layer. Change it back to white and take it on like so. Now we're going to take this layer here and once again make another adjustment layer, and we're going to clip it back to that layer, and we're going to make sure that it starts to get some more contrast in it. And then we're going to take it, go click the mask and just remove the there, no. Like so, and we are going to try and remove more of the black stuff around the fireworks. That doesn't seem to be working that well at the moment, but we can change that by going back to our sliders. It might just be we have to leave these fireworks out here, because quite frankly they are just messing up everything for us. So we are going to take the layer mask, take it. No, not do that. We're going to take the layer mask, remove all these fireworks over here. That's actually better. And then we're going to go back here and do some adjustments here, and just add all of these fireworks that we actually want. No, that's better. That's better actually. Let's just leave them all out, like so. And here, here we have ourselves some more fireworks into our image. Let's see. Let's take take this adjustment layer here again and just reintroduce some of the colors into it just to make it a little bit better. And there we have some more fireworks. And now you just have to do this for all the layers that you have, and well, you are not going to want me to explain all of them to you. So I'm just going to take this into time lapse, and I'll see you when we are finished. Right. You might be wondering. I just made a few things that you weren't in on. For instance, here, one thing you can do if for instance everything starts to look like this right here, with a lot of small imperfections and whatnot down here when you are applying this remove filter here, is that you duplicate the layer that you are using, and then just take back these little areas here and just remove those little imperfections. And also, as we can see here, it's also quite good to have the underlying layer here, because as we can see, this firework is affecting the surrounding neighborhood down here. So it will also introduce more light and whatnot to these areas, which is good, because it will increase the realism of the image. And well, yeah. Now I'm just going to continue. Alright, we're back now. As you can see here, I have taken a lot of the images and I just tried to match them up as closely as possible. However, there are still a few problems here. The fireworks and all that works well right now. But as you can see here, I try to use this image here in order to introduce some more area here for us to use. But as you can see here, it doesn't really blend in that well. So what I will do, I will take this image here and I will paint on the mask itself. If we click Alt and click on the mask, we can actually see it and see what the hell we are doing. And we don't want any of this thing. And also, I don't think we want anything of what is up here. Up here, to be honest. Although I don't think nothing of the image is over there. By the way, a quick shortcut for everyone who like to edit a layer mask and be able to switch between the colors like this, between black and white. You just click the X button and then it will switch the colors. And also now I like to use some white, reduce the brush size, and also the brush size here. Click Alt and then click the left mouse button, and then you'll be able to change the hardness of the brush in this case, and also the size of it. So I'll use something a little bit smaller, a little bit softer, like so. Introduce a little bit more here, just to make it blend in a tad more. like so, and then we will take this image, make a new adjustment layer to affect only that one, and reduce it ever so slightly. In order for it to match up with that area over there. Oh, nicely! Now we can go over to the layer mask here, just paint whatever we don't want. For instance, I don't want too much of that effect in the area down here. Although, no, that kind of makes it better. Let's see, let's remove it from here, remove that, and let's make sure it's only over there. Now, what we will do now, we will take all these layers here, shift select them, then press the Control G to group them, and then we take all these layers here, and then we do the most complicated merging selection of them all. It is Shift Control Alt E, and now it has taken all of these layers and merged them into one single layer. And now we can take this layer and do some final adjustments on them. So let's take this group here and lock it in place so we can't use it. Remove this panel over there, and then now we can have some more fun with this. The first thing we're going to do, or at least I'm going to cut off that little section down there. And also make sure that everything is in place here as well. Press enter, and let's see what we have. All right, now we are coming closer to the final bits and pieces of the tutorial. The first thing we're going to do now, however, is fix up a few things. We're going to take our clone stamp tool, reduce the size of it, and no, we're not. No, we're not. We are going to... yes, we are. By the way, continue prop this image will just be a nightmare. So, we're going to sample here by pressing Alt. Sample over here. Then go over here a little bit. And just paint that in. No, fuck off. What are you doing? Photoshop, stop bothering me. Like so, and that area disappeared. And also there's a little bit of annoyance down here with the purple area that I don't like. So I'll sample over here, take over here and just paint. Like so. Good. Now, what we're going to do, we are going to take this magic wand tool, then we're going to go over to this layer and select that area right there. And now what we'll do, we go over to marking, go to change and then increase. Now we can increase this by about 3 pixels. Select the polygonal marquee tool. I don't know why, but it doesn't come up here in the magic wand, but the polygonal or the lasso tool here. And then right click on the selection, then click fill, and then click content aware fill. This is supposed to be content aware. And then we click OK, and then let's see Photoshop do its magic. And yay! Has done a very good job. Yay! There's a few areas down there that we need to fix, but that's a quite simple job. Just take the clone tool once again, Alt click, and then just reintroduce some detail over there. Right. Now, why didn't I just crop that out? Well, I just need some information here just to make sure that firework there came in properly. Otherwise, I would probably just have cropped that out if it wasn't for those fireworks right there. And now, what we're going to do now, we're going to do a little bit more adjusting. We're going to take this, a curves adjustment layer, and just bring it up to a ridiculous amount of strength, and then we're going to look at our image and just see where we need to fix up some stuff. I like to fix up some of the stars here. They just don't come out as properly as they could be. So what we're going to do, we're going to remove it. We're going to take our smart healing brush instead of the clone brush. Why do we take the smart healing instead of the clone brush? Well, this is just a lot simpler. It's just a lot quicker to use this than the clone brush. You'll see why in a minute. Well, and then we'll take this, alt click there, like so, and it will automatically reduce those areas right there. And we can just go over the areas that we don't like this one here, and it will be reduced. Hopefully, yay! Reduce a little bit more there. Then remove some of these problem areas right here that we don't want to have. Like so, yes. And now we can remove this layer here, or we could at least take down the adjustment a little bit, and then duplicate the layer. By the way, to duplicate a layer without having to right click on it, you click Shift Control Q in my case. I don't know, for some reason it's a Control Q for me. I haven't changed it, but for others it's usually Control J, Shift Control J to duplicate something. And on this layer here, we'll reduce the amount of light instead. Why will we will do this? Well, we're going to take these two adjustment layers, and we are going to take the layer masks, invert them, and then we are going to both increase the light and reduce the light in certain areas. And it's just simple to do it this way, because you may want to increase some light in this area and reduce on sides and whatnot. So I just figured it's simple to do it this way. Reduce the opacity of our brush a little bit. Change it to white, and then we're going to increase some light here over the city a little bit. Let's increase it just a little bit over here. Increase it over the light source of there now. Let's take it back a little bit. And just increase there, increase there, and then with this adjustment here. And no, we're not going to reduce our fireworks. That much. We're going to take that down a little bit there, a little bit. And this now this here, we're going to take that one. We're going to change colors, reintroduce it a little bit, and we are going to continue doing this until we are happy with the result. Yes, like so. And also we are going to increase the size of our brush and just reduce some of the light on the outside areas here. Let's see. And that is just to focus the image onto the center of the image. And this just creates a frame towards the center over here. And also, what we can do, we can create some fake streaks here in the clouds, and just make it a little bit more dramatic. That just ruined everything. Well, I didn't know it would ruin everything until I tried it. So you just have to try everything until you're happy. And well, I'm just gonna have to hurry up right now, because I don't think you want to be watching anymore right now. It's been too long already. I think this is coming up to at least a 40-minute video. And so let's see. Let's reduce it a little bit. Let's check our layer mask and increase the opacity, because I don't want to have anything on. It's better now. Need more tea. Anyway, we're soon done. Don't worry. Now I'm going to take a gradient tool. Yes, and then we're going to pick two varying colors here. We're going to take a blue color for the shadows, and then we are going to take a warm yellowy color for the highlights. And let's see, let's take something like so, actually, like that, so. And then, okay, then we're going to take this and we're going to change the layer style to something completely different. And we're going to continue changing until we find something that we like. Oh, that was kind of interesting. Let's light and rasterize, color dodge, linear dodge. Linear dodge is kind of nice. Let's reduce the opacity and see what happens. Yeah. Okay. I kind of like that, although I will have to reduce some of the lighter areas later on, maybe. But let's see if we can find something else. Oh, let's see an exclusion layer. This actually looks kind of nice, actually. Huh? And it just excludes these two colors, I think. But let's see, let's reduce the opacity on that a little bit, yeah. Oh yeah, I think that looks rather nice. Although I will take this, I will duplicate it, and I will take it over to that. There we go! Right, now, nice, we have finished our image and we're just going to export it to a JPEG image and then we are done. Well, that's it. This is the final image. It turned out better than expected, to be honest. This is the second time I tried to do this image, and it just looked nasty the first time I tried to do it. It was just too much contrast and whatnot. Anyway, if you like this, please click like and subscribe, and I will be back soon with more videos, and hopefully I won't have too much trouble with the computer or whatnot not next time, so hopefully I can get some more stuff out more quickly. Anyway, bye!